Today, I'm joined by Jeff Hanley, who, along with a few of his friends, about 6 years ago, started their own Christmas Miracle Toy Drive with the hopes of raising enough money to be able to buy toys for children suffering from different illnesses who are just stuck in the hospital throughout the holidays. If you've also ever considered starting your own charity or nonprofit organization in the past, this is a great episode to see really what it's like starting it from year one. After the podcast, Jeff also mentioned to me that he has donated a kidney to someone in the past as well, which just goes to show you what an amazing person he is behind the scenes too. So, let's do it.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, head pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, darling, you were meant to survive.
Jeff, thanks for coming on today, man, and speaking about your Christmas Miracle Toy Drive that you guys have put together and everything. I'd love to hear more about it being, part of the holiday season and everything, and would love to, get your thoughts on, what made you want to start it, what made you keep going, how long it's been going, and really what your goals are for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started it back in 2015, and it was just me and then two of my friends, and we each just threw together I think we threw like $700 each. And we got like $2,000 worth of toys and donated it to one hospital, and that was Hackensack Children's Hospital. And then
what year was this?
Like I think 2015.
Damn, 2015. What made you so it was just like you and a couple of friends?
Yeah, that's how it started. It was just like wanting to give back.
Yeah.
And then every year it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. The next year it was like $3,000 worth of toys to the same hospital. And then the year after that was, I think, like $5,000 worth of toys to two hospitals. And the year after that was like $8,000 worth of toys to three hospitals, and then last year was over $10,000 worth of toys to 10 hospitals.
Oh damn, so you guys are just going up and up and up and up.
Yeah, so every year like the goal is to do like more and more and try and have like the biggest impact we can, because donating to children's hospitals, like you really see how many people are like affected by like childhood like illnesses. I know a few people that had children with like cancer and stuff like that, and the mental and financial burdens of that in itself is so much. You don't want them to worry about like the holidays and how are they going to come up with money for presents, with hospital bills, everything else, the stress that they deal with. And our whole idea was to like make their lives easier and then also give the children like the Christmas they deserve. A lot of these kids get stuck in the hospital for the holidays. They're not able to go home and have a normal Christmas with their family. So we try and give them like the best that they can get also that like they deserve.
Yeah, for sure. Cause I feel like there's a lot of like tough factors there too, where the child might, be their first Christmas, like not in their own home. And then, the parents are also, maybe financially struggling with bills and so forth too, to where, they still want to provide their child a normal Christmas, as normal as it can get, considering the circumstances. And that's really cool. What made you guys, if you guys are just, whether it's sitting around or you're talking about ideas, what made you want to choose children as the demographic to help? And then, what was really your first jump to, let's actually turn this from an idea to, something that's organized? Because I feel like there's a lot of people today that they have these brilliant ideas. They want to help people in every way, but then maybe they just don't have that whether it's energy, confidence, or what it is to just make that step to, just start doing it.
Yeah. So, You know, it was kind of unorganized in the beginning. It was kind of just like a spur of the moment idea, like, hey, let's go do this and give back, you know. And then a couple of my other friends got involved, and they wanted to take it to like the next level as well as I did. You know, they want to go full 501c3. They want to.
Those are some good friends. Those are some good friends.
Yeah, you know, and they're very intelligent people, you know, and they're all about giving back also. And it's the craziest part about it is, for the most part, you know, friends from, you know, it's just a couple of kids from Vernon, and, you know, giving back to like all across, you know, New Jersey, and you know, just like you said, it just started with like an idea, and we put it into action, and then every year it's like, let's see how far we can take this to make it better and have a bigger impact. And it's just truly incredible to see the amount of support that we get, seeing how big it's gotten year after year, you know, jumping from $2,000 the first year to over $10,000, you know, from one hospital to 10 hospitals, and different organizations and things like that we deal with.
Yeah, for sure, because the logistics alone are probably tough. I mean, do you send the toys right to the hospitals, or do you get them all, then you deliver them? And
so with COVID last year, it was pretty difficult. A few of the hospitals, they just had Amazon wish lists where everything just got sent directly to them, and they disperse it. Previous years, we you know, packed all of our cars and with toys, and then dropped them straight off at the hospitals, and that's really cool. Like, we don't pass them out to hospitals, like divvy them up and stuff like that. You know, but just to be able to go inside and see these massive piles of toys and stuff was like really cool. You know, people staring at you when you're walking by, you know, and it just like shows, you know, that people are out there and people care, you know, and you know, like I said, we're not like super rich, we're not, you know, super wealthy or anything like that. It's just a couple of kids with an idea, you know, and trying to make the biggest impact we can out of what we have. And you know, the amount of support we've gotten. You know, we've had friends that are teachers, like, bring it to the schools and have kids help donate. We've had other businesses donate, plenty of businesses donate, you know, give checks, do toy drives themselves, you know, with drop boxes and stuff like that. So like every year we get different things that, and different people and businesses and groups and things like that, that want to be a part of it.
I was going to say, because I saw on your Instagram, you guys right now have like a Mariano Rivera jersey or so that was donated, right?
Yeah, so our friend Alex, he has a collectible and like card business called Card Pursuit on Instagram, and I think last month he gave away a free Kyler Murray autographed jersey. So coming for this, he was like, how can I help? And we came up with the idea of trying to raise fundraising by doing an autographed Mariano Rivera like giveaway, you know, where you just have to donate, I think it was at least $5 to try, and then you gotta like tag people, this, that, and the third. I forget the exacts of it, but you know, you get entered into winning an autographed Mariano Rivera jersey, which is really cool. You know, just the amount of support we have from the community, like I said, different businesses, friends, people's parents, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like the coolest thing, I think, too, because it's not something that's like it trends online or anything. It is, or it's like it's advertised to like YouTube or Instagram. It is literally just like a bunch of very good people that are just organically throwing their energy out to, you know, raise money and then just buy toys for kids that didn't even ask for the toys but probably need the toys, and just provide that like great Christmas experience for them. And it just, you know, you probably have never met a lot of the kids too that you donate to, I'm sure, right?
No. So through a mutual friend, there was a couple of families locally that we donated to individually outside the hospitals. They were in the hospitals that we donated to, but we donated to them directly also. And so last year there was the one family and their son, Bryce, he had leukemia, and his whole family's like huge sports fans, this, that, and the third. And I reached out to Garden of Dreams, which is connected with Madison Square Garden, the Knicks, the Rangers, etc. And they're huge Rangers fans. And so I reached out to Garden of Dreams, explained their situation, and then this past weekend, not this like this Sunday, last Sunday, the Rangers invited them to Hockey Fight Cancer's night, put them in a box suite. Artemi Panarin upgraded their seats, gave them extra tickets. They had his brother on the Zamboni at halftime. They did a tribute to. They put a tribute of him on the screen.
I love that.
The crowd went wild, you know, and he started like the maintenance phase of his treatment, and you know, like it's just like so cool to see how far, you know, just actually caring about other people can like take you, you know, and just like I had nothing to do with Garden of Dreams. We're not connected to them, you know, but reaching out and saying, you know, hey, I know this family, they're huge Rangers fans. They're in a terrible spot, like situation, and you know, and now Bryce was healthy enough to get to go to a game, and they do all that awesome stuff for them. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, for sure. When you start to see, I guess, the results and the pieces come together from you know, all your hard work and just getting to know some kids too, going, and you know what they've gone through previous to seeing the results from it too. I mean, it's got to feel good. It's got to make the holidays probably for you, you know, a little bit extra busy, a little anxious, but then there's got to be some like rewarding factor behind it too. I'm sure as you get closer to Christmas, right?
Oh, absolutely. Every year when we go and do it, drop off the toys and things like that, or even watching the GoFundMe get like more and more money in it every day, makes you feel really good. Like seeing you get closer and closer to your goal, and the best part is every year, like we set a goal on GoFundMe and we exceed that goal. So like every year it just gets like you get to see like how much other people really care, because like I said, it started out as just a couple of friends wanting to give back, and now you get hundreds of people, you know, putting a couple of dollars together, you know, anywhere from $5 to $1,500 people will donate, and you know, like we don't expect everyone to donate large sums, you know, but every dollar counts, and to see those dollars add up. And then like at the end, when we deliver it, you know, you see these mountains of toys get delivered. And then last year with the Amazon wish list, you know, sending like hundreds and hundreds of toys to these hospitals, you know, and then you get the emails back and they send you like the thank you letters and stuff like that. And thank you so much. You guys did a great job. You know, it's just incredible. It really is to see, you know, like I said, like how you said before, it starts with an idea and you put into action and you just see it getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just incredible to see the support and to see it all come into fruition.
Yeah, because you're literally Santa Claus. For a lot of these, you are literally Santa Claus in the real life version. It's it reminded me of that when I was looking at your Instagram and I saw you and a friend, the friend was dressed up as like an elf, and then you were literally dressed as Santa Claus, just with like a little darker beard.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, they are literally Santa Claus for these kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Last year we filled up, rented like a U-Haul. We filled up the entire U-Haul. I dressed as Santa, and Max dressed as an elf. And then the year before, when we actually were able to go to the hospitals prior to COVID, I dressed as Santa Claus. Max dresses as the elf, and then Shane dressed as like a reindeer. So it's funny, you know, like we get into it, and like I said, you get to see, you know, all these kids like look like, oh, it's, you know, not like they actually think it's Santa Claus, but like they kind of like get it, you know. And then even walking by, like you'll see kids, we'll like give them something as we're like bringing everything upstairs. You know, it's just like all about making other people's lives better and happier, and like I said, giving these kids the Christmas they deserve, you know, because they don't ask for their circumstances. The families don't ask for their circumstances, so we just try and like alleviate, you know, like I said, the mental and financial burdens of the holidays and give them the Christmas they deserve.
Yeah, for sure. Where can people donate?
So we have a GoFundMe set up. That's primarily where we get the fundraising. You can reach out to me if you'd like to donate in any other like way. We do accept toys, we do accept gift cards, we do accept cash, we do accept, everything, and everything just goes towards the hospital. We're not official 501c3 nonprofit, but we take no money for ourselves, and everything does go back to the children, to purchase the presents and get them cool things. Like last year, we did this like iPads, hoverboards, games. We try and do cool different things, every year to try and see like what the new cool things are. Hoping like when they get a little healthier that they can use them, or for like the older kids it's a little difficult. So we get them like gift cards and things like that they can use themselves, because the hospitals take anyone from, infant to 18 years old. And a lot of hospitals, they tell me all the time, we always get a lot of donations for the younger kids, but it's a lot difficult for the older kids. So we try and include them as well, because they still deserve the same Christmas.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Children.
And I'm sure they have like probably more stress than the younger kids do, right? Because the younger kids are more probably ignorant to just life in and of itself, to where like they still have family coming around and so forth, but maybe they're not staring down. All my peers are going to college, and I'm in a hospital bed right now trying to get through high school, and I'm like 2 years behind already because of it, and the younger kids are probably, maybe not used to that level of stress yet, really, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of the younger kids, I would assume, don't even really know what's going on. Especially like the 2 or 3 years old, they just know they're sick. They don't really understand. I'm sure they don't really understand why they can't go home, things like that. So we just try and, like I said, uplift their spirits and give them, the best that they can get.
When do you guys, because if I know it's a Christmas oriented toy drive, when do you guys get started with trying to raise money? And so is it like right as soon as Thanksgiving starts, you guys are, on the move, or is it maybe Halloweenish?
No. So like we try and start this year. I think we started in like August.
Oh, wow.
Started getting like money ready, and then it started taking off, as it gets closer and closer. I think September's Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And, that's where we got a big bulk of our donations. Try and link up, like correlate it with that, because like the fall flies by, it's September and all before it's December. And a lot of people wait till last minute, which is fine, but we try and get a head start on it, to raise as much as we can.
Yeah, for sure. That surprised me too. And since September too, that's a good chunk of time, because I'm sure if you wait till like Thanksgiving, I mean, you probably can't raise that much, and then you're also at the mercy of going shopping too, and having to spend that money and then get it through. Last year during COVID, did you run into any delivery issues with a lot of the toys coming after Christmas?
Not so much with that. We were able to put in the orders early because we had raised a lot earlier, as well. But last year we weren't able to go to the hospitals, but we found this company called the Valerie Foundation, and they deal with the hospitals directly. So we were able to drop off the toys to them, and then the hospitals came to them to pick them up, aside from the Amazon wish list that went directly to the hospitals.
Okay. And you guys are right now, your goal is, I know you're right around like $10,000, I think, on the GoFundMe, right? Your goal is 15. Do you, looking at it from, this is your 6th year, right?
Yeah.
Looking at it from like, okay, by maybe year 10, do you ever think about that and like kind of, draw up some goals to what you want it to look like, and the growth to how many different hospitals you want to serve yet or so?
Yeah, absolutely. So like me, Max, and Tommy, and Aaron, the idea is to get to like nonprofit by hopefully like next year, get the ball rolling on that, and then be able to grow it as big as we can, the whole tri-state area, and then eventually hopefully even bigger, take the other states, because we have friends in other states that like want to be involved in things like that. So the whole idea is to try and just have the biggest impact as we can on as many families and children as we can. Maybe by year 10, you know, hopefully well over like $100,000, you know, with a 501c3. Um, you know, a lot of people are more likely to donate because of the like I said earlier, the tax reimbursement, the tax write off, which is fine, you know, because I understand, um, you know,
Like a
with like
mutual benefit.
businesses and
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that, you know, businesses like to give back, but they also like to, you know, write it off, which is fine, like I said, because whatever can help us get to achieve our goals, you know, and grow this thing as big as it can get.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Have you ever considered maybe doing it like full time? Is that maybe like a goal too, like down the road as well, or?
Yeah, yeah, I've definitely thought about it, um, and like I said, the whole idea is to just get it bigger and bigger, and bigger, and see where it goes. Really, like there's no linear like path. It's kind of just like every year. Let's see where we can take it. But once we go official, 501c3, then it gets like to be a full time job where you have to, you know, go seek fundraising, go to businesses, go to companies, corporations. You know, that's when it gets from small town organization to, you know, growing this thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. The tri-state area, I feel like, is a good starting point too, because you got a lot of hospitals in the city as well that people travel all across the country. You know,
Yeah.
just to seek their help, and then especially in North Jersey too. I mean, how many hospitals? I mean, you guys said you do like, was it 12?
We did 10 last year. There was, and the Valerie Foundation, they deal with 7 alone, so that helped us get to 10. But they deal with Columbia, New York City, CHOP down the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, Overlook, Monmouth, Morris, Israel, Newark, Beth Israel, and then we had St. Peter's, RJW, Barnabas in New Brunswick as well.
That's good, man. That's a good. I mean, that is a good radius of hospitals.
Yeah,
I mean,
so like all over North Jersey, little South Jersey, you know, New York City. So like people don't realize, you know, by donating 5, 10, 20, 100, whatever you can give, you know, you're helping someone out, you know, that you may even know, you know, or don't know. Or like maybe it could be your neighbor, or someone in your community, or you know somebody else knows, you know, because this is something that you don't realize affects so many people. You know, once I started doing this, I realized how many people really are affected with it. You know, I get messages on Instagram, you know, by families and things like that see it on social media. Thank you so much for what you do. You know, you have no idea how much it means to like the families, the children, and that's what it's all about, man. That's like what fills our hearts is what is, you know, just being able to, like I said, give back and help them in any way that we can.
I was gonna say, because it's got to be, you know, from the family standpoint too. I mean, you guys don't know them. You know, it's not like you're personally doing it just for that family.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it really literally is just like a group of people of strangers almost just setting this up just because you kind of know of the circumstances and just want to help. Is there do you have anything like personally related to someone who, you know, was a child suffering from a terminal illness or so, from cancer, or anything that made you guys want to get into it? Or what made you exactly, you know, think of, you know, kids in hospitals that are, you know, during Christmas time? Or was it just, you know, you guys are really thinking of the people in maybe the worst position in life, which is maybe a child with, you know, a terminal illness or cancer in a hospital during Christmas time, where you're like, I've got to help?
Yeah, so I had a friend that I met like 5 years ago, and he had a child with cancer at Hackensack, and you know, he was in like a real bad place, you know, struggling a lot mentally and financially with the situation. I think it's like insurance term, like all types of stuff. And I was like, people should not have to worry about the holidays or anything like that when they got so much on their plate as it is. I have friends that were children in those hospitals themselves, not with a terminal illness or anything, but they spent holidays in the hospital with the condition that they had when they were kids. And it was just kind of like, let's just like give back. It like wasn't really like who can we help. It was kind of just like, who needs it the most, and to me, the children, that's who it's all about. There's so much we take in life for granted, even as kids. I know for me, like I definitely did, growing up, and all the things that I had and all the things that we did, the vacations we took, you know everything. And these kids, they don't ask for, like I said before, like they don't ask for their circumstances. They're just dealt the cards, and we just try and make them, give them like the most, like the holidays are important to like a lot of people, mostly everyone, I could probably say, and to kids, Christmas is everything.
Oh, it was for me, man.
You're waking your parents up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and running down the stairs and seeing all the presents, So to me, like I said, Christmas is like the biggest thing to them. So like the whole idea was like, let's give back to them on like the, their biggest day.
Yeah, because it is their day. I feel like kids get more excited about Christmas than they do like their own birthdays. I know I did to a point, because it's a day just solely revolved around, you definitely have off from school, during your birthday, maybe you don't. So you definitely have off from school. Like the attention is just on like you, toys, presents, family. And it's probably the best day of the year, I want to say, because I looked forward to that much more than I did
any other holiday.
Yeah, because the build up too.
Yeah,
the build up from as soon
as
Thanksgiving.
You're making a list.
Yeah,
you're telling, you're writing Santa Claus, this is what I want. I hope I can get this. You see him at the mall. You're like, Santa, I want blah blah blah. And like you said, the build up. You wait. Kids start writing their Christmas list, and then like the spring, the fall, however long it takes. Some will write after the previous Christmas. Maybe they didn't get it for their birthday. They're like, oh, I want this.
There's like a mystique to it too, because you're writing a list, but like you don't know if you're gonna get it or not. And you kind of hope, and you're probably banking on, all right, I'm getting at least one of these items. I hope. And then you just have like a pile of Christmas presents too, and like some people maybe less fortunate to where like they are in a hospital, to where they're not in their own home, which to me was a big thing too. Is like you're waking up in your own bed, going downstairs, Christmas tree with presents around it too, and like if you're in a hospital, it's not the family atmosphere, I guess. You probably have your family around too, but where you just feel a little less in control as well, because they're bringing in meals for you. It's not like mom or dad is cooking breakfast or lunch too. So it is nice. You guys are almost like their second. You're maybe not there during the day that they're opening the presents, but like your presence is there, like through the donations and through the toys and through the gifts too, to where it probably means so much for the family, because they don't have to, after work, they don't have to go to Walmart, Best Buy, shop on Amazon. They could just go see their child who's in the hospital, because they know that it's probably gonna work its way out. And I'm sure that the kids are just so ecstatic to see a whole pile of presents on there.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, like we don't get to like pick kids and donate and like we don't know what exactly goes to who, but we know that they all get taken care of, and the hospitals distribute all the presents. And thankfully we're not the only ones doing this, so, but we try and go to the areas where like St. Joseph's in Patterson and Newark Beth Israel, and like some of these what's the word? Some of these like low income areas where they may not get the donations that Morristown gets or Hackensack gets, who deal with like NFL teams and sports teams and things like that. So we try and make sure that everyone gets, the Christmas they deserve.
Yeah, good for you, man. I feel like that probably means so much more to them too, because maybe those families can't necessarily afford the amount of presents and so forth, but B, even more importantly, so somebody is thinking about them.
Yes.
That for those families especially, it's got to go a longer way, because it's just somebody random from up in Vernon, man, is thinking about them, even though it's maybe an hour or 2 hours away, and you're probably never gonna meet them. I'm sure you must get a lot of DMs like after Christmas, or people contacting you just to like send you thank you letters. That's probably got to be a busy time too, but at the same time, like, fulfilling, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, last year when we got all like the emails from the hospitals, that makes us feel really good. Like it's just really cool to see. Um, like I said, like, you're not there, you don't see them opening it, but um, that they're getting opened, and that they're appreciated, and that the kids are getting the best Christmas that they can have with their circumstances. And like you said, the families, they don't know, but they that they appreciate it, because I know, like I said, I've known people whose families have had to deal with childhood illness, and having to like quit their jobs, and going back and forth to treatment and chemo in the hospitals, and in and out, in and out, in and out. The last thing that they need to worry about, like I said, is the holidays, and that's what it's really like all about, is helping the families and giving the kids the Christmas that they deserve.
Yeah. Yeah, and it almost, like, the way you describe it too, it almost sounds like, in terms from a growth standpoint, it almost sounds like someone, describing like their own business that like they've started, except like the return that you get isn't necessarily like financial. It's not financially based. It's more like fulfillment that you get. It's more like satisfying that you get, knowing that, like, A, it's worked, and B, like, the following year even more people know about it. And especially like now, you're probably, if you're even down in like towards the South Jersey area too, I mean, I would love to be able to donate to an organization like you guys, that I know for a fact it's not just going to get lost in like the huge bureaucracy. Maybe like a Red Cross. What I'm saying? Like, you donate to them, it's a great donation. It's going to go to something good, but you don't necessarily
know exactly
the individual. Yeah. Because they do amazing things all over the world too. But with you guys, what makes you guys different is that, like, you're small, which is like a good thing, because I just was looking on your Instagram, and you guys literally posted a post of the Amazon order that you guys made. It was like over $2,000 worth of toys, which is like a shitload of toys. Especially, toys are like maybe between $10 and $20, and you guys are ordering over $2,000 worth of toys. That is a lot of toys. And just seeing that, it's like, wow, like, I'm donating, and then like the next day, like, they make that post. I mean, I know exactly where my money's going, and you can almost envision it being, right in a kid's smile, especially if it's somebody from like Jersey donating too, where like, these hospitals are right around the corner, that it's going right there.
Absolutely. And the thing too is, like, Max and Tommy like talked about it last year. A lot of people, like, want to give back during the holiday season. They don't know where to go or what to do, so we offer that outlet of like you said, where it's going. And like, where it's going, and like the impact that it'll have, whether, like I said, it's $5, $10, $100. We've had people this year donate over $1,000 themselves. I think right now we're at over 75 donors and almost $10,000, and from starting with 3 friends, $2,000 was pretty incredible to see how far it's gone. That we've already met almost our entire donations of last year.
Yeah, and you're not even like a week out of. You're not even in December yet.
No.
That's cool. That's cool. What do you ideally think you're based off of your pace? Do you think you can like? I know you're at 15,000. I think last year it was what right around this time that you guys exceeded it. Do you think you'll succeed it this year over the 15?
I believe so. I hope so, obviously, but a lot of people wait till after like Thanksgiving, Black Friday. They get their family their own things and then they donate. Usually when push comes to shove, not so much like when push comes to shove, but like when it gets to crunch time, I should say, people tend to open up their wallets and their hearts and make donations. Like, a lot of friends share it and they get their friends to donate, their families, aunts, uncles, whoever. I know my family is very involved. Max and Tommy's families are very involved. Erin and her husband are very generous. And it's just incredible to see the ripple effect. I always talk about the ripple effect of doing the right thing. And it's like I said, you start here and then 5-6 years down the line you're here and it's just growing so much and having such a large impact on so many more people every single year, and I can't ask for anything else. But I do believe that when it comes to crunch time within the next week or two that we will exceed.
Getting it going. Good, man. Good. I'm happy for you guys, and I love following like the whole story behind it too, because it shows just like a few friends can just like put an idea together and make such a phenomenally huge difference. At a time so sensitive as the holidays are, and just with that scenario of just having a kid in the hospital too. I mean, like I said, I feel like it even goes further than just the kid. I mean, it probably means more to the families than it does the kid. And that's great. I'm gonna continue to follow you guys too, because I'm like praying that, and I'll throw my own donation in there as well to help us try to hit that mark, and then even then some. And just for everyone listening, they can go right on GoFundMe. It's Christmas Toy Drive,
Christmas Miracle Toy Drive, and we're on Instagram, Facebook also. The links are always posted, and you can follow me if you'd like to on Instagram. Jeffrey Hanley, or I don't even know my Instagram name actually, but you'll find me. And the links in our bio. And like I said, I have a lot of help from my friends, Max and Tommy and Erin. They're incredible, and they all just believed in the mission, and that's what it's all about, because for me, like when I started it, with my background and reputation at the time, people were skeptical, and every year people realize that it is like a legitimate cause, that the money is going where it's supposed to go, and they're seeing the impact, because a lot of times you see people on GoFundMe, it's a great site, but there's people that scam on there.
A lot of scam.
A lot of scam on there. So people, they get to see, they're like you said earlier, they get to see their donations come to fruition. They see the posts, they see the failed U-Hauls, they see the Amazon wish lists, orders. They see the thank you letters from the hospitals and the families. So it's just truly incredible. My whole mission is to just give back as much as I can where I can. And to me, the holidays are where it hits the hardest. And I think it hits the hardest for the families that do deal with children with like childhood illness and terminal disease and cancer and Crohn's and whatever else, it's just, you just know that, these, like I said, these kids get taken care of for the holidays. I think the Christmas they deserve, they're in a tough situation. They're in a tough spot. Their family's in a tough spot. But hopefully it doesn't last forever, and for the time being, they just get what they deserve. They get to smile on Christmas morning. They get to wake up, whether they're in the hospital or they get sent home. But either way, the whole idea is just them getting the Christmas they deserve. The toys, the presents, the smiles, their families not having to worry about paying. Because Christmas in itself can be very financially stressful and straining on
Just a normal family.
on normal families, especially in this economy. Just in general every year, especially because I know like in high school and when you're in middle school or elementary school, it's all about like upping the neighbors, or your friends and competing,
keeping up with the Joneses,
keeping
basically.
up with the Joneses, and for us, we're able to just try and give back where we can, and we, like I said, we get them a lot of cool stuff. It's not like they're all dollar store toys. We go to Target, Walmart, Amazon, and
You're thinking about what they actually want. It's not just toy, check the box. That's it. I mean, that's a good like critical thinking type of thing there, where you're making sure it's, you're not getting them like Madden 2010.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's good stuff, man.
So
that's even
like
better.
last year, was it last year? No, like previous years, me, Max, and Tommy would go, and Shane would go shopping. We'd wake up super early, go to the stores, to get the last of the donations. And like I said, we would go shopping, and like we'd be walking around the stores and thinking, what would you want as a kid right now? Because things are a lot different from when we were kids. So you go and look and you see what do you think kids would want these days?
I was a G.I. Joe guy.
Yeah,
G.I. Joe all the way, man. Do you get that? What is like the toy of choice, you think, for kids now? Is it action figures still? What are they into?
Yeah, there's a lot of, from what I noticed, there's still a lot of action figures going on. A lot of virtual reality kind of things too. Like VR and stuff like that.
I was just talking to my friend about that last night. I was like, is VR the next like video game, like PS2, Xbox 360 when we were kind of kids? Is that like the next thing too?
I think so. It's been getting a lot more popular. And then, like I said, those hoverboards and things like that. Yeah, and like I said, last year we got a couple iPads and things like that too. Just like I said, we don't like cheap out. We try and get them the best that they can get. And then also this year we partnered up with a distributor. Instead of like going to the stores ourselves, they get everything in wholesale, and so we're able to have a bigger impact.
That's probably surprising too, I would say, to those to the kids. I mean, they open up a gift that was like donated to them, and it's just like it's like a freaking iPad. I mean, if I was there, I'd be like, oh damn, I was like, I did not expect this.
No.
I mean, that probably the nurses probably hear like the scream in the room and like run in.
Oh,
yeah. Because it's like they don't expect that. I mean, that's the coolest thing.
No, and like now they got those. I think last year we got or a couple of years ago we got a lot of like the remote control cars and not dump trucks, like cars that go like 30, 40 miles an hour, things like that. So we try and get them, like I said, like cool gifts, things that we think that they would like. Not just what's on clearance.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point too. It's not just the basics. That's pretty cool, man. I'm really looking forward to following you guys the next month, because Christmas is my thing, and I love people who just like do that type of good stuff and during the holidays especially. So I'm definitely gonna follow you on that. And I'll pray that you guys, can get as much as you possibly can. And I'll make my own donation. I'm hoping everybody else who is listening to this can maybe, check them out on Instagram, see the absolute amazing work that they do, and then, can maybe, consider doing the same thing, because you definitely know that, by making a donation, you can just envision that there is a child someplace in the tri-state area, that you're going to help them and help their family. So,
and the best part about it is now, with social media, it makes it so much easier to fundraise. It's not like it was.
You're picking up checks
20 years ago,
yeah.
Picking up checks and cashing checks and waiting for them to clear. the GoFundMe, you donate, and we see it immediately. And it's just incredible. And even just the power of sharing, people that share our GoFundMe on Facebook, Instagram, it's incredible. Put it in the stories, that's just gets us an incredible amount of donations. Like I said, starting from 3 people to last year, I think was 120 people donated or something like that. And it's just incredible, what a couple of friends from a small town in northern New Jersey can do, and see how widespread it goes and the impact that we can have across the tri-state area.
No, good, man, good. I'm freaking excited. You guys still got a whole another month to go. I'm excited to kind of follow it too, and good luck with it too. I know you guys are this is your crunch time now, with a month left. And I know you guys are gonna do amazing things, and thanks for coming on and chatting with us, to share really the amazing things you guys do, because I mean it's crazy, because these types of stories should be on the news every day. These are the ones that should be pushed out, just for everybody to know that there's just such good, amazing people doing amazing stuff every single day. And Jeff Hanley is leading the pack on that, and I appreciate it, man. You're the real life Santa Claus here, and looking forward to following you guys. So thanks, Jeff, man. I appreciate your time, and looking forward to checking you guys out as the month goes.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for featuring us. Like I said, Christmas Miracle Toy Drive, Instagram, Facebook, we're there. GoFundMe, you will find us under Christmas Miracle Toy Drive as well. And it's been a pleasure, catching up with you and having you have me on the podcast and talk about us and give a little background and our mission and goals and everything like that. So it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man, and I'm gonna be following you guys this whole month. So check it out, all right?